Welcome to the Gadget Guys. I'm Foozy Dog.
And I'm J-Rat.
This is our tech show. This is the first episode of the show where we're gonna talk about tech news, new technology coming out, and other kinds of various things. A little bit serious, a little bit funny. First, today, we're going to interview J-Rat, who has a new tech show coming out on YouTube.
Then we're going to be talking about Internet Explorer 8. That's going to be pretty interesting.
After that, we're going to be talking about some new video games coming out.
Then we're going to teach you how to build a USB light. That's going to be pretty cool.
On our do-it-yourself segment. So, let's start with the interview.
Okay.
So, J-Rat, what can you tell us about this new show that you have?
It's going to be pretty fun. We always enjoy technology. We thought we would talk about it. It's pretty cool, yeah.
Alright, what kind of things are you going to have on the show?
We're going to be talking about video games, tech news, things that are coming out for Mac, PC, DS, PSP, so on.
That sounds like fun. Maybe I'll subscribe.
Please do.
So, any other inside tips? When's the first episode of this show going to be coming out?
Actually, the first show is right now.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I guess I'm watching it. Thank you, Jared. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about Internet Explorer. The new version 8, it looks just like Internet Explorer 7. One thing that I liked about it was the new Find feature. You knew how in the past, in Internet Explorer, if you wanted to search for text on a page, you would have to have that little alert box come up and then do next, previous, next, previous. Well, now, they followed the ways of Firefox and Safari in creating a toolbar at the top of the page, which highlights the text as you type it. Very, very much better than the old system that they had. Another feature was that the history tab is integrated into that little favorite sidebar that pops up. The ACID 3 test is a test that evaluates a web browser on its ability to create stylings and formattings and its accuracy to the CSS standard. To just give you a little perspective on how the test is scored, it's 1 out of 100, Safari 3 scored 100, Firefox scored 70. Guess what Internet Explorer 8 scored? 20. They scored 20. Here's what Microsoft had to say on the situation. Internet Explorer 8 already improves on Internet Explorer 7's score, but we are focused on the more important features and standards to make web developers' lives easier. The ACID 3 test does not map directly to that goal. It already improved on IE7 scores? What did IE7 get? A 0.25? I mean, really, 20 out of 100. I wouldn't really call that an improvement, no matter what first number was.
Yeah.
Now to Jared for video games.
In our video game segment, we're going to talk about the new DSi that's coming out soon. It's based towards adults mostly, not kids, because if you ever just wanted to play video games for an hour, you can't, because it's getting rid of your Game Boy Advance games. So those hundreds of dollars that you spend on Game Boy Advance games, you can't use them anymore. It is a little bit thinner, which is good, but it's like 0.2 centimeters, so it's nothing. There's a warp lens that you can use to make your ugly friends even uglier. You can make their face look like a rhino if you want to, which is pretty cool. You can make them angry, you can make them happy. It's pretty cool. It supports AAC files, which is what Apple uses, and not MP3s, so that's a plus to them. It's pretty cool. It's going to look a lot like the DS Lite. It's going to have a motion sensor in the camera. So, it's pretty cool. And now, let's talk about Guitar Hero Metallica. Activision has come out with another Guitar Hero game. This time, Metallica. The hard rock / metal band that everyone loves. The game's going to be a little bit harder. It's going to have 49 songs. 29 of those songs are going to be Metallica songs. It's going to be released on the PlayStation 3, the 360, and the Wii. It's going to be released on PlayStation 2 about a month later. That's going to be a pretty cool game, because I like Metallica. Pokemon... Now, okay, now let's go to Matt with the DUI segment.
Now we come to the part of the show, what we call the do-it-yourself segment, where we're going to teach you how to make cool things. Today, we're going to teach you how to make a USB light out of some common household materials. What we have here is a USB plug that I mutilated, a light bulb, a piece of steel wire, thick, bendy, some electrical tape, soldering gun, or soldering iron, a little socket for the light bulb, you can pick that up at Radio Shack, and a wrench. So, what I started doing here,
I took a USB cable. This is actually one that was for an iPod. And then inside there's a green, a white, a red, and a black wire. I took the red and the black wire, and I stripped them about 1 centimeter on each end. And then I just cut the other ones off and taped them together so that they'd be out of my way. So, after you do this, you take the socket. See, that's where the light screws in. And right there are 2 terminals. 1 in the back, 1 in the front. And then you're going to solder the black and the red ones to the... Now, see what I've done is I've taken the assemble thing. I have some extra wire right here. That's just because I left some room in case I had to cut again. So I just put this right here, and then I screw in the light, and voila, a USB-powered light. Now we come to a segment of the show we like to call Small News, because it's about small news. Alright, iTunes has announced that you're able to rent and buy videos in HD. So,
the videos that you didn't buy before, you can not buy now in HD.
This is really meant for those people who can't figure out how to use the YouTube application on their iPod Touch or iPhone. Exactly. Blockbuster has announced that they are going to start offering on-demand videos through TiVo. It's a little late by like 2 years. Sorry, Blockbuster, you're out of business. The Microsoft ad campaign now targets the price of Macs. In their new commercial, this woman goes to try to buy a Mac and sees that the cheapest is $1,000. Then she finds a reasonably priced computer at $400. She says that it's better. What's your opinion?
I don't think it is, because you still have to take into account all the programs that you have to buy, like Microsoft Word, Windows, all those kind of other programs that are run by Windows. But that can run up to at least $500 to $600 if you want to get something good.
Yeah. Yet Macs come with programs like
the newest.
Yeah, like iMovie, iPhoto, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you can actually get a free printer with your Mac, or sometimes even a free iPod.
Which is pretty cool.
Alright, there's a rumor that Apple will start selling no-contract iPhones at $599. I mean, it is a good deal if you don't want to pay for the 2-year contract. Or, well, there's just a rumor. Apple hasn't actually released any details on it yet.
Because of that.
If you have any questions about us, our show, technology, or any of the things we've discussed on our show, feel free to email us, askthegadgetguys@gmail.com, or you can send us a private message on our YouTube channel.
And remember, stay geeky.